Day one of competition continues here at the OI Rio Pro. It is stop 4 on the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. A big heat coming up now with our current world champion, Adriano de Souza. No doubt will be a crowd favorite. Well, there is another favorite. It is Lucas Silveira. They're just finishing a ride. Well, that is Adriano. So 2 Brazilians here, Pete, going up against Keanu, Asing, who really does need to find a result here in 2016.
I'm going to say that he is amazing. And we're going to see his talents right here on this one. You know, on the backhand again, just he knows how to mix it up, has a good variety. Generally, it's very hard on the backhand to be able to loosen it up, and there he does. Again, nice and strong. Great wave choice, too. This one gave him several opportunities there. Watch out for the backwash. You see, even with the low tide, it's almost done now. It's almost made it a little bit worse. You know, that backwash actually starting to break. And then here, Adriano de Souza gets a snap, comes around the section and banks it. So strong on his forehand. Adriano de Souza, just a smaller wave there, not a huge score, but Keanu Asing, what a start for him.
So while we have 2 Brazilian world champions out in the water, let's talk to another Brazilian who's just got another great result down there with you, Kaipo.
Thanks, Gigs. Yeah, Marco Fernandez. We talk a lot about the changing of the guard. We talk a lot about getting momentum. Board working for you. What are you riding?
I ride Rook 15 from Channel Island. It's so good. I don't know how to explain, but this will work through this wave and the wave a little bit heavy. Yeah, it's doing good, and I will keep this work for all the contests.
This is a place you want to be on the championship tour. Now you're into round 3. This got to give you a little confidence going against some of the world's best surfers.
Yeah, for sure. I have no pressure, you know. The guys are in the tour, you know, they have to win. I just have to do my job and see what happens.
No pressure, flying through to round 3. Marco Fernandez, back to you, Gigs and Pete.
Thanks, Kaipo. We are picking up now with live action. Keanu Asing, another backhand assault for him as he absolutely lacerates that last one. Big squared up turn. Pete, he got a 7.67 for the opening score. So that's that number top left of screen you see. We don't have a number in for that second wave yet, but with that, Asing is in a nice position early on in this heat against 2 Brazilian world champions. Yeah. And he's in the water along with the world junior champion. Let's have a look at this, Pete.
Well, there you go. You have Adriano de Souza drifting the fins on the first move there. Stumbles to get that final move, but pretty good wave there. One of his better ones that'll go into his top 2 as we watch. Then Keanu Asing, another down carve snap, and then nice vertical section straight up. Pulls it down, and then does the jump off. This will add definitely to his 2-wave total as it is his second wave. Experiences are not as much. You know, because you're just now kind of starting to see them onto the qualifying series. You know, Lucas has had some experience in Hawaii, spends a lot of time there, but you know, his big win really came in Portugal as you watch him there riding again. Lucas Silveira, who very strong, and he loves the big waves too. Yeah, you know, that's where I watched him a lot. Sunset Beach, he's solid. Haleiwa, you know, he's even made his way over to Piahi at Jaws to try and take a look at the big wave realm.
Lucas Silveira. You keep thinking the young Brazilians are just small wave maestros, right?
Well, not this guy.
Yep.
I'll tell you, he's a maestro in the small waves as well as the big stuff because he enjoys it. You know, he's a big kid, and as you see right there, nice solid surfing from him.
The sport of surfing, all these different locations, each one of them literally with their own nature. I use the pun, right? But yeah, it's all got to do with planet Earth, and each of these spots has their own character and nature. And that's why crowning a world champion is just such an achievement in the sport, because of the diversity of all the playing fields. And let's talk about that some more, because Keanu Asing is up and riding again. The judges did throw him a 5.17 on that previous ride. Pete, you won't improve scores with that last one.
To be able to pick up another quality wave. See, a lot of these surfers have moved to this left-hander. This is where the bank is at right now, as we watch Lucas up and riding here again.
Yeah, high work rate here for our world junior champion, Lucas Silveira, taking it to the world's best here in round 1 of competition. It is day 1 of the waiting period here in Rio de Janeiro. It is stop 4 on the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the beginning of this heat, we did a bit of a screen there that showed all of the places to see here in Rio, and there's a few boxes that I haven't ticked yet.
All right, let's have a look. It won't be the nudist beach, but here we go for the world champion now in motion. Beautiful snap there from Adriano de Souza. Didn't get a great result here last year with a 13th, and he'll be wanting to do better than that. But he's got to get past this young man who is firing on all cylinders here, Lucas Silveira. Beautiful squared up turns from him. So nice little snap check look at both of our Brazilians on the backhand.
Let's take a look at Lucas's first. So he had to deal with whitewater of Adriano's wave first, so he races it down the line, and then there goes the first turn. Nice, beautiful, straight up backhand hit, and then a snap, and then a nice mix, and then late hits it for the closeout with control, and then a little cleaner face here for the start of Adriano, and he goes straight up, snap on the backhand. This wave kind of starts to soften up here, but quick in his reaction time through these maneuvers, and then the final move there. Pretty good stuff, you know. I thought that wave at the end there, and then we see Keanu. Oh, he is way too late.
We're talking about the power on the beach break here.
Yeah, it's he had to press the eject button there just to retain priority out the back. So we'll see where the judges will differentiate these two scores here on standby for their round one action as we watch replay here of Keanu Asing. And I think some of the strength that really comes off of his backhand surfing is that bottom turn. He really lays into it, and it helps him with the timing. Late hit there, and can't pull that off for Keanu Asing. He sits in third now because he needs a solid backup. He's got the highest single wave of the heat, but he's waiting to take back the lead. Only needs a 6.0 here. I think he probably would have seen it go into his scoreline had he pulled that last move off. Coming up next, Alex Ribeiro, which I would think is going to be a standout competitor here in Brazil.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see how he fares up in the next heat upcoming. Meanwhile, Keanu Asing will want to fight back here using that backhand for looking for numbers here. He did open with a 7.67, backed himself with a 5.17, but then it's been a little sort of mixed bag of small scores as he tries to continue to fight back here with 10 minutes now to go.
Well, let's take a look at it, but it's right there at that realm of a 6.0. So again, small little wave, but he surfs this wave really well. Nice backhand, loose snap, drifts the fins right back into a bottom turn, top turn combo. I think he's going to get it now that I think about it, as he finishes strong, and I think he a little glance towards the judges. He liked it to what scores, because it is an important score here towards this back end of the heat. Judges want to get it right.
Yep. Looking at the requirements for Adriano de Souza, a 6.14 to attack the lead as he gets going. Yeah, our reigning world champion de Souza will just click over a section. There's that backhand snap. Now wraps a turn. And this has got a clean little face on the inside here. So a working man's wave, so to speak, for de Souza. Trying to grind out the 6.14, but we are expecting a number to come in for Keanu Asing. All right, waiting to see a number drop in. What do we have to work with here? 6.07 will come to the scorecard for Keanu Asing. Let's have a look at the replay here for de Souza.
Yeah, well, he chases it down. Floats, lots of speed, but had to get there. So that combination of major moves, you know, was limited there because he was chasing it down. But here's where he starts to get, you know, a string of maneuvers together. But pretty much all the way on the inside. And I'm sure that he would like to see himself back up in those rankings right now. Not in the place that he'd like to be at the beginning of the season.
Well, de Souza has a little look with now 3 minutes, in fact just under 3 minutes now to go. Quick look at his results in 2015. Pete got the win in Margaret River and got the win at Pipeline for the world title.
You know, especially at the beginning of the season, I think that was one thing that he has missed this year was the performances that he put on from last year. I mean, he started off with the semifinals. Well, watched Lucas up and riding. Yep,
and he's used priority, so this is pure wave selection, as he has squared up some nice turns. And he's feeling that.
He's selling it for sure.
Yeah, he's selling it for sure. 2 minutes to go. How important would it be for this young world junior champion to take a win over Adriano? It would be just a huge feather in the cap. De Souza will get going here, and it'll be a little bit of a momentum stumble for him with now 1:45 to go.
I think then the confidence that he would be able to feel like he belongs on the championship tour as we watch a vertical backhand slash, and again, critical section. That wave stood up for him, and he gets the final move. He thinks, yeah, that's going to be better than my biggest score, my 7.17. So, yeah, I think that's going to be enough as he looks at the judges, claps, looks at his watch, and scores coming in. It's going to be enough.
Wow. Judges starting to pepper scores in here. and they are visiting some big to excellent numbers. In fact, one judge throws a 9, 8 5s, and well, it evens out at an 8, 6, 7. Boom, another lead change.
It is, and this has been that seesaw battle from the very beginning. Surfers needing excellent scores in order to catch them.
Wow, so the whole heat just changes shape right there as the pressure gets put on by the World Junior Champion. Here we go, De Souza with the last roll of the dice, so to speak. Snap turn. This one's a little bit milky and frothy, but he'll get the work done. Through to the inside. What are you thinking, Pete?
Not enough, but I've been wrong in this heat all day long, so I'm going to put my name and neck out there once more time, but I think the wave size wasn't quite there, and there wasn't that just, you know, I mean, if you compare it to the 8.67 that we saw.
Sets marching in here, Pete. Asing just out of position on the corner of the set, and well, as the 3 big wave set rolls through, we'll blast that horn to wrap up a 30-minute heat here. And Lucas Silveira waiting for a number though to drop for Adriano De Souza, and will then make it official. It looks like the World Junior Champions got the better of this heat.
Well,
don't think that the young Brazilians are just small wave specialists. It is an official result though. That number comes in for De Souza. It's not enough. Stay with us. We'll bring in Joe Tupel and Martin Potter for more action from Brazil.